Very good morning to all of you. In this session, I would like to explain you about how to prepare plan of a workshop building for the given line diagram and then schedule of openings. In the previous session also I was explained about how to prepare plan elevation and section elevation for two-story residential building. And now today in this session is purely to explain about how to prepare plan for a workshop building for given line diagram and for given schedules of openings. So here, while preparing plan, you must concentrate on the line diagram given and then schedules of openings. And one more important thing in construction detail is a width of chajja. Why? Because these must be added or incorporated in the plan which we will prepare now. Okay, fine. So I want to read out this problem. You must be very careful while reading this. Why? Because the scale is mentioned as 1:50. So you read out this. The line diagram shown in figure 1. This is figure 1. For a proposed workshop building with clear dimensions, draw a scale of 1:50 for the following views. So here, in this session, I will prepare only plan. In the next session, I will prepare a front elevation, and the third session, I will prepare section elevation along AA. The section is cut here, AA. So we will see later. So now we will start drawing this plan for the given details. The line diagram is here, so we want to observe this very carefully before drawing. So what are there we have to see first. So workshop buildings, I hope everybody knows, everybody know what is workshop. So it is in diploma colleges and ITI colleges, engineering institutions. So we'll see these workshop buildings. So here mechanical or machines are placed like lathe machines or CNC we say, and then there are many machines we're going to use in mechanical engineering or diploma in mechanical engineering for manufacturing purpose, for forging, welding. There are different things. So this is a typical building usually will use for to secure the machines, and then we will use the area for production of any tools, any machines, anything. So here this is a basic necessity of providing workshop building. What are the things we have to have in case of a workshop building is there is a production hall, and then a storeroom is there, and here it is not mentioned, but anyhow we have to provide cupboards here. So that means in order to store the tools and materials which are using in workshop building can be stored in cupboards. So that is placed in storeroom, and this is a staff room where staffs are used for rest, and common toilets are provided for all, that means for students as well as staffs. So water closet has been provided, and then common toilet, these of urinals, and here canopy is provided. This is the entrance part, so we can enter from here, and rolling shutter is provided. This is important. So here at the entrance we provide rolling shutters, and windows are of bigger size is provided along both the sides for ventilation as well as for the entry of light and air. These are canopy provided at the entrance in order to protect protect the rolling shutters from or otherwise. So these provided the entrance to have shade, and then doors are provided of different sizes based on its purpose. And then this is a multi, I will call it, I want to say this as a column structures. So here columns are introduced at regular spaces. So here regular intervals. Columns are placed at 3 meters into the center, and here also along this direction and along this direction. So this can be visualized in case of this line diagram. So with reference to this line diagram and schedules of openings, we will prepare the plan. So I will start the drawing from here. So clear dimension is given 9.4 into 9.4 meter. When you convert this into scale 1:50, it becomes 18.8. So 9.4 into 2 means you have to increase 1:50. I hope at this stage we know how to convert a scale. 1 centimeter is equal to 50 centimeter. That is the scale given. 1 centimeter is equal to 0.5 meter. So this can be written as 0.5. So if you divide this, for 1 centimeter it is 0.5. For 1 meter it will be 2 centimeter. So this is the easiest way we can understand the scale of our converting factor. How we can convert this. So 2 centimeter means, so in the scale, if you treat this as 1 meter, that means 9.4 meter on the ground, that actual size of the building, it is converted or it is increased 2 times. It is 18.8. So while writing, I will say the actual size. So this is 9.4, that means 18.8. So mark here. So this is the first line I have drawn. And again, you can use this mini drafter. So you can use this mini drafter. You can set anywhere to your convenience. Otherwise, you can use paper scale. In the previous session also I was explained about how to use paper scale. We have standard paper scales. By using the paper scales, you can draw the lines that is left to you. And here in this direction also it is measuring 9.4 meter. You can see here. I hope this is visible. So you can see here. So this is 9.4 meter. So again I have to draw 18.8 from here. So I will, a thick line is drawn here. So mark accurately. So this will be the line. Sorry, don't draw like this. So it must be very precise. Line must be a single. Don't draw double lines or do you call very thick line. So this will be the inner line. So in actual procedure, what we do is, I have already drawn a simple line or a thin line just for my reference. So after this, while drawing this will be 18.8 and this also 18.8, and you join this, so you have a reference. If you use the mini drafter, it will be very easy. So anyhow, I have written here. So point out here and check it out. Here also you have to get 18.8. So exactly. So join this. And again you join this. So a room size, that is a production hall of size 9.4 into 9.4. To the scale it is 18.8 into 18.8 centimeters. Next, this is very, very important. You have to add a thickness of wall. So what we have to do is, okay, it is not convenient to me to use the mini drafter now. So what I would do is just mark 0.6 on all sides. You take the 2 points as reference, so it will be very easy to draw line. And here also you have to measure 0.6 meter. That means a 300 mm thick wall. So to the scale it is converted into 0.6. So you take 2 points as reference. Why? Because to draw line you need minimum 2 points. Okay. Here also you have to include thickness of wall as 0.6 all round. So this will be 0.6. Now you what you have to do is just this is the entrance area. So I will draw a thin line here for my reference. So this is the thickness of wall I introduced. And here just extend these lines with reference to these 2 points. So draw thin lines and later we can increase the thickness of this line if it is needed. So these are I have written, and here also I have marked 2 points. So just extend this. Right. Next, this is over 9.4 into 9.4, and I have introduced the thickness of wall here in the mid wall. And then afterwards you have to mark 3 meter. So it is measuring, the storeroom is measuring 3 meter into 3 meter, and staff room is measuring 3 meter into 3 meter, and common toilet is also 3 meter into 3 meter. So this is a clear dimension they have given. Just adjust here. So these are 6 meter. Why? Because 3 into 2 becomes 6. So later we can erase this. And again from this end you measure a 3 meter, it means 6 centimeters in the scale. Extend this line here, so that will be the clear dimension 3 meter into 3 meter you can measure here. So this will be 6, and this is also a 6. It will include thickness of wall as 0.6 here. So extend this line. From here once again you have to mark 6 meter, that means 6 centimeter in the scale, and then extend this line. Once again you mark 0.6 centimeter from this. Again extend this line. Okay. So these are clear dimension 3 meter into 3 meter, 3 meter into 3 meter, and remaining area is given to common toilet. So it comes around, so if you have calculator you can calculate this. I hope this is visible. The total dimension is given. So it is clear dimension is 9.4. So here the total dimension of this 9.4 plus 0.3 into 2. So minus 3, so minus 0.3, minus 0.3, minus 3 meter, minus 0.3, minus 0.3. So remaining area is 2.8 meter. So that is the dimension available for common toilet. So these are how we can set out. Now we just mark this over, and you include the thickness of wall at the outer end. So this will be 0.6. You mark 2 points here and just extend these 2 points to the extreme ends. So like this. Right. So what we have to do, so the room dimensions are written perfectly. So now you have to mark, so I will start from here itself. So from this end I have to mark toilets of size 1 meter into 1.2 meter. To the scale it will be 1.2 into 2, 2.4 centimeter. So mark here, and then so from this end, so we have to measure 2 centimeter. So this is one toilet. So just mark by a thin line. Again, you add thickness of wall. Thickness of wall, we will take it as one single brick thick wall. So I will take this as 120 itself. So that means 120 mm. You will get 120 means 0.12 into 2, that will be 0.24. so in the scale it is 0.24. so approximately you mark this, and here also this and also you have to measure 0.24. so extend these lines here. so you just extend this and it is required now, and from here again you have to mark 2 centimeter. so extend this, and from this end you have to extend like this, and again you have to add another single brick thick wall. Here is a partition wall, 0.24. so extend these, the junctions must be like this. so you have to draw thick lines up to this end like this. Okay, fine. So anyhow we have to erase the lines when we show these doors and windows or schedules of openings in this drawing, so later we can adjust. So these are the 2 water closets has been placed at the corner of a given room, given dimension, that is 1 meter into 1 meter into 1.2 meter in this direction. And again I have to provide a common urinals of size. I will take this as 1 meter. Again you have to provide 2. Okay, fine. So otherwise 0.75 is sufficient. 0.75 means 1.5 centimeter here. Okay, and then room dimension is given D1. You have to see this from schedules of openings. D1 is of size 1 into 2.2 meter. so I have to mark here 1.1 meter means 2 centimeter in the scale. 0.7, 1.5, so you mark here. so this is space available to provide or accommodate urinals. so I will provide urinals of size. so again it will be of size 0.775 sufficient, I hope, otherwise 0.6. so otherwise the space available is 3.5. if you want to provide 3 urinals, 3.5 divided by 3, so I have to mark 1.1, next 1.2.2, and the remaining one. so this is the space available I have accommodated here. so these are 3 urinals I have to provide here, and this is space left out just for a narrow space. so for the given dimension it is very narrow. so anyhow the given dimension is like that. You can draw this, but it is not sufficient. You have to minimum you have to provide 0.9 meter or 1 meter. so the space available is just 0.5 meter. It is not sufficient, but as the given drawing, from the given drawing this is right. so here we have to provide urinals. So we will mark, okay, column positions are marked like this. The center of walls are extended like this. So this will be the location of or position of columns. and from this end, so I have to mark equidistant from center to center of walls 19.5 divided by 1 2 3 3 spacings, so it comes around 6.5. so mark 6.5 here, and again 13 and the remaining one. So these dotted line indicates the alignment of truss at the top. The trusses are placed on top of the column, and again this indicates the position of columns. Indication of so indicate like this. So these are the column positions I am showing here of size 300 into 200 mm. So I am placing like this. So again, no need to bother about the design. So we'll learn later how to design columns and other things. So just mark the columns center of size 300 into 200 mm. So this will be of size 300 and this will be of size 200. So like this. So just what we have to do is, from this center you mark point 2 and point 2. So to the scale it is right. And again, so it is matching with the thickness of wall. The width of column is kept as 300 mm. So what we have to do is point 2 and point 2. Just extend these lines. The one width of column is matching with the thickness of wall. So these are we will mark. So this is the position of columns, and again you have to provide here also. So like this, and here also you have to mark. So it will be 0.2 meter into 0.3 meter. So like this, and again at this end, so it will be like this. You have to mark 0.4. You just extend this and mark. So this will be okay. That means we have to provide a totally 10 number of columns plus. So I have to include another 2 columns at this end. So this will be 0.3. So you deduct 0.1 from this end and you extend like this. You have to increase a little bit, and it will be like this. So this is the direction of wall, so therefore I have changed the direction of position of columns. Otherwise you can change, or you can change the direction of column. So now you position the windows. The dimensions are given here. W1 measuring 2 into 1.3 meter. So before that we have to arrange different types of doors here. The first one is rolling shutter. So in workshops normally we will provide a rolling shutter at the entrance. So it is of dimension, as you can see here. So here in workshops normally we provide rolling shutters. Of minimum width it will be 3 meter and height depends. So here in this problem it is given as 2.2 meter. So in plan we just require a width of this rolling shutter, it has 3. So just place like this. The space available is the 6.5. So just direct 0.25 at both the ends. So you have to mark 6 meter here. So why? Because after converting into scale, it will be this. So I have to remove this part and have to show just thickness of shutters. So this is the entrance area. So I am showing the shutter here. So it is different gauges. At the entrance, I have to provide a canopy that is given for projection 2.5 meter along this direction and 3 meter along this. So it will be like this. So I have to extend this up to 2.5, means I have to extend 5 centimeter. So this will be dotted line. This must be dotted line, and again you have to draw here also. Why? Because it is above the sill level. So mark 5 centimeter. Right. So this is about canopy. And even if you want, you can provide column here. Otherwise, it can be designed as cantilever slab. So it comes in design. No need to worry about now. And again, at this point, I have to give another 2 columns, which is in line with those columns which are given at the back end, the rear end. So this is the position of columns. Right. So these are why I marked this with the help of dotted lines. This is the canopy given at the entrance, and you have to position remaining doors. This is the rolling shutter provide the entrance of size 3 meter into 2.2 meter, and remaining D1 doors are provided of size 1 meter into 2.2 meter. You can see here. So this is the door size they have given, 1 into 2.2 meter. So from the line diagram, so these are the positions of doors D1, D1 and D1. Here it is provided at the corner of this room of measuring 1 meter, means I have to mark 2 centimeter. So this is the position of door. So I have to remove these lines. So make it as, you just draw thick lines now. So you can observe here. So this is a door provided for store room. So just draw thick lines now. So this indicates thickness of wall, and again this will be thick lines. So here, before extending or increase the thickness of this line, so I have to mark the width of, sorry, so you take this as a reference point and you just mark 2 centimeter, this 1 meter, I have marked the doors like this, D1, D1 and D1. And again for water closets I have to provide D2 of size. So here for water closets I have to provide two numbers of doors of size 0.75 into 2.2. So here it is important to read out 0.75. So to the scale it will be 1.5 centimeter. You can see this, the whole thing like this. So exactly you can place at the center. So here it comes like this, 1.5. So remove this. Okay, fine. Now doors are located like this, and positions can be, or directions can be written like this. So it can be open like this. And this will be open. And now the positioning of windows is also important. So you have clear dimension of 6 centimeter between columns. So just leave 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter along both the ends and just mark this. So we will get 4 centimeter. So the window dimension is given as 2 into 1.3. To the scale it is 4 centimeter, so it will be right. So I have to mark window frames like this. So I have to repeat the procedure for these ends also. So here this is how we can draw the windows of size W1 of size 2 into 1.3 meter. This measuring 2 meter. So otherwise it will be just a mirror image of this. So just extend these lines parallelly with your drafter. So it will give, that means it is very easy to extend these lines. So these will be parallel to each other. Means it is along same line. So and again windows are over, doors are over. Now we have to provide windows, ventilators. So as per this line diagram, so you can see here W2, that means windows have to be provided in staff room of different size. It is of size 1 into 1.3 meter. So I am providing two numbers of windows. We have 6 centimeter is available now. That means 3 meter is available in that. So I have to mark 2 windows here. So that means space available I have to calculate. So we have to calculate the space availability. So available dimension is 3 minus 2 numbers of windows of size 1. So 1 into 2. The 1 meter is available. So what I have to do is I have to split. So minimum I have to provide 0.25 at both ends. So I have to mark 0.5 here, 0.5. And once again 0.5, that means here. So this is the start of one window. So it is measuring 2. So this will be 1. And from this end I have to mark another. So these are I can mark out. You have to draw the window frames which is visible when you cut along sill level. So these are the window frames visible. Now you have to mark ventilators of size V1 for this storeroom of size 1.2 into 0.6. There are two types of ventilators. One type of ventilator is for storeroom. This is a storeroom, and V2 of size 0.9 into 0.6 is provided for these toilets, water closets. Okay, fine. Now I have to accommodate 1.2 here. So now ventilators are placed like this, of size 1.2 into 1.2. So you mark 1.2, it becomes 2.4. So it will be around this. And from this end you measure 2.4. So it will be here. So this will be ventilator, but this must be shown with the help of dotted lines. Why? Because so this is above sill level, above window sill level. So these lines must be dotted. Okay, ventilators are placed at this end, and one more ventilator is placed at this corner by providing this much 0.5 and what 0.25. So it will be 2.4 once again. So mark this point here. So as per line diagram, we have to mark this with help of dotted lines. Ventilators are always drawn with the help of dotted lines. These are have marked. Now what else is left of? Just see and just write all the details what we can accommodate in plan. So I just name this. So this will be canopy. So this dimension is known. So we'll write in meter itself, 2.5 meter. And this so this will be 3.0 meter. This is of rolling shutter provided at the entrance, and this will be W1 window. So before that we have to mark these by thick lines. Now these are the thick lines you have to draw, including window and wall. Here we have to mark shutter, thickness of rolling shutter, and where there are windows placed on the wall, that must be drawn with the help of thick lines. And even here also, so I have to mark. And then one more important thing I have left out here, I have to provide ventilator for the toilets, water closets, of a dimension 0.9 meter. So the space available is 2. That means I have to mark 1.9 will be like this from here to here. So we will have just an offset of 5 centimeter at the both extreme ends. So these are we can place, and this must be indicated with the help of dotted lines. Ventilators are marked with the help of dotted lines. So I can mark everything, write all the possible details in this. So of size W1, and this is of size V1, and this is also V1, and these are size W2. The type of window is W2, and these also W1, and this will be V2. And you have to indicate all schedules of openings D1 and D2. You have to take reference of line diagram. So you see this will be D1, and this is also D1, this is also D1, and these are the urinals. I will mark like this, U by R. And here these are for different size. Door D2 of size 0.75, so I have to mark here D2 of 2 numbers. So after this I have to write all the room types or type of rooms. So this is a production room, a production hall of size 9.40 meter into 9.40 meter, and this is a canopy I have written. And then this is a storeroom of size 3.0 meter into 3.0 meter, and this is a staff room of size 3.0 meter into 3.0 meter. And again this is a very narrow space, so it has to be increased anyhow to the dimension I have written. No need to bother now. So this is a common toilet, and these are the urinals we have written, and this is a water closet. So you can prepare architectural drawing here itself, and by showing all the toilet accessories there if it is necessary, but anyhow now it is not required. Okay, remaining things, okay, this is over, everything is over. So I have to draw the title for this. This is a plan at sill level, and we have prepared this plan to scale 1:50 as per the question. And this is a workshop building. I have to mark like this. It looks very neat and tidy. Okay, you can compare now. And here, as per line diagram, we have prepared a plan by including thickness of wall and schedules of openings what they have given in the question. These may be the probable example we have solved now. So this is the end of this session. So in this session I have told you the complete procedure and explanation for how to prepare a plan by referring line diagram and schedules of openings for given building, that is workshop building. Thank you. Here you have to mark in plan, you have to mark the positioning of chajja. So we'll have so you can read here, width of RCC chajja of 600 mm wide, 150 mm thick cut support and 50 mm at the free end. These data must be there in case of plan. 600 mm wide, 600 means 1.2 to the scale, so it will be this much. So here before drawing this we must have an offset for this. So I will take 0.15 as the offset, into 2 it will be 0.3. It means you have to mark 0.3 along this end and 0.3 along this end. So and then you have to project 0.6 meter. So this will be 0.6. So So this must be marked with the help of dotted lines. Why? Because this is above sill level. So this is also dotted line. So this must be dotted. So like this, you must draw all the chejjas for windows. If it is necessary, for ventilators at the roof level it is not necessary, but for windows you have to draw the chejjas. So follow the same procedure what I have explained now, and you mark all the chejjas for windows. Just extend these lines. Why? Because the width of chejja is constant. So you take a reference line, project this line, so it will be convenient to you. So this will be the reference line. So point 3 along this direction. So this will be dotted, and again this will be dotted. Okay, this is the chejja. So you follow the same procedure. Right, you can observe here. So I have written chejja for all windows, for W1 and for W2, and here also I have forgotten to write this. This is also W1 and W1. You can write this measurement of chejja. The projection of chejja is about 0.6 meter. Right. So here now you can observe the plan. So these are the minimum details we have to incorporate in the plan. So for the given line diagram, so this is the line diagram given, and for the construction details we have prepared the plan at sill level. Now this is the title we have to write: plan at sill level, and the scale which is mentioned we took it as 1:50, and this is a workshop building. Now this ends up your first session. Thank you.